Hello there and welcome to another new video. Finally, he's uploading again. Hallelujah. But anyway, today I'm gonna be doing my long-awaited showcase of my custom Avengers compound modular building, which I worked on in the last couple of weeks. But I finally finished it yesterday, putting the final touches on it, so it's ready to review. This took me between like 20 and 30 hours, more towards 30 hours. So there's a lot of work going into this. Well, mostly the bottom part, since the Avengers Tower is just the official set. I didn't change anything about that yet. Could be a couple of small modifications done, but overall it's a really solid set, and I just put it up top there. So this is just the official set, but all of this is custom built. Well, that flying vehicle is not, but I'm gonna move in a bit closer to give you a bit of a better look. It's barely fitting my workspace. You can see it's attached to a street base plate, and this is sticking off my tail because the tower is interfering with my shelf up there. So we're gonna remove some of these parts to give you a better look. So starting up, down here we have the just attached to a regular street plate. I did extend it out onto this plate because because of space reasons. Like, I really wanted to have the garage sticking out more like the official Avengers compound set that kind of used as a starting point. You can see this down here and this up here is a lot of these similarities to the official set, but yeah, I really wanted this to kind of stick out, to break up, kind of, if I put all my modulars next to each other, to kind of stick out a bit more, to kind of break up the pattern a bit. So I still have enough space for people to walk over here and stuff. This is also from the official set. I did modify this a bit, so I used the black pin so it can stay up, and also did a few small modifications right here. The entrance has this little Avengers kind of sign here on the street. And I added these two yesterday in memoriam of Chadwick Boseman, who very sadly passed away last Friday evening. It was really heartbreaking, so rest in peace, he will be missed. So I added a Black Panther in memoriam statue right here. This is a stickered piece from the Infinity War Wakandan lab set, if you're wondering, and I also did add one for Stan Lee as well, to kind of put these two in front of here as a memory gone but not forgotten. So I really like this touch personally. But continuing on the back, we have a little bit of grass. This is built on a green base plate. I have two simple bush designs to kind of give this place some kind of greenery. I really wanted to make this simple, like something simple, not too much. But yeah, we have this little entrance, a little code gate at the entrance, which is pretty much taken over from the official set. The door goes into there. You can take a quick peek in there. We're gonna access the interior from the back later, but put a little sign up here. Also, I really like the continuation, what I did with the blue straps all around the building. Even continued some on the side that isn't really gonna be shown. And I also added in these big window pieces to kind of bring in some more light, but mostly it's because I was running out of white brick, so it was kind of a necessary option, modification to complete the set. But it's also really easy to kind of get a better access for the interior when the back is popped off, and it lets in some more light so I can see the interior a bit more better. So moving more up top, we have kind of a little just extension build up here. This is pretty much taken over from the official set, this assembly right here. You can see for the second floor I used a big juniors piece to kind of get a lot of stuff done without building too much. I did use a few junior pieces in here. It's definitely not the best choice, but maybe I'll change it in the future when I have more bricks available, but for now it works. You can also see I have the blue windows right here, while most of the compound has the kind of darker gray windows. It's because First of all, I was running out of these dark gray windows, and they don't come in these kind of just panel pieces, I think. So I threw in some blue because the tower also has some blue. It's when the tower is off, it kind of looks a bit out of place, but with the tower on, you can see you can also have the darker gray right here and the blue, so it kind of evens it out a bit more. But now continuing onto the roof, I went for a little simple design. I really wanted to have some kind of antenna dish, so I made this whole cluster of satellite dishes, and I just added some little more kind of domes right here. I don't know what they're really supposed to be, but I like the look of it. It's simple, but it gives the roof some texture. But going over, turning this around, give you a better look at all the antennas. You can see it's able to spin, and it has this little assembly on the back here, like with the blue light and some blue in here, which is the same I used at the front there. Gonna get there in a bit, but I'm actually gonna give you a look at the back now, which it's a rather simple build. Like, I didn't want to put too many pieces into it, and I do really like how the pattern turned out by just inverting these tiles, these big panel pieces, to give you some kind of pattern. See a couple of big windows here and a couple of small ones right here, and you can see how the tower is attached. Definitely looks a bit unsafe from the back, but this isn't really meant to be viewed from the back, mostly from the front area. But here I just kind of put the little solar panel display, little solar panel. I can rotate this on a ball joint since this is kind of angled. This can fold up, it's just the way it's attached. Another quick preview of the inside, and I added another little dome with an orange light right here. Moving back to the front, we're gonna start actually at the bottom, because then I can take this plate off. This I already showed you. I really liked how this kind of, they use these pillars, these metal kind of stabilizers. I don't really know the right term, but I really like the look, so I used that from the official set. Here we have again the blue kind of making out more of a spike. I used that mostly at the entrances, but if you go down here, you can see I even added a couple of lights down here, and the garage door does open, which is pretty simple mechanism like the official set. And inside you can see I have a modified Iron Man's hot rod. But first of all, we're gonna take off this plate, since it can be removed pretty easily. It's just attached with these couple of tiles. I even just put some tiles here so this doesn't attach, so it can easily be popped off, which we're gonna do now to kind of be able to turn this a bit better. But moving up, we have a little landing pad. This is the this was included in this year's helicarrier, so this isn't custom. This is taken over from the helicarrier set. I just really like this little flyer. I really like kind of I don't know what it is, but I really like these pieces. It's kind of a landing gear, but you can see the platform right here. I used the kind of metal grid piece. Is it a metal grid? Pardon my English, but I don't know the proper terms, but I really wanted to kind of see-through part, to kind of see through at the bottom. We have the printed Avengers logo right here, and this fits nicely onto there. Can put it on straight, but I like having it at a bit of an angle. It kind of breaks it up, it looks a bit more dynamic, and if the camera would like to focus. But yeah, gonna throw this to the side as well for now to get it out of the way. The platform is a bit off center, which I wanted to do because if this is put up against another building, I wanted there to be a gap. So we have a one stud gap right here between the next building and right here. So it ended up working out pretty nicely. I added a little detail, just antenna, a little dish and some kind of lights right here, just to kind of put something in this empty spot. Going off to the side, we have a bit more detail right here. We have a window, a little orange light, and just a cradle, because this is exactly 8 studs in, which are nearly all modular buildings. Kind of the building starts 8 studs into the plate, so this is where it's gonna attach to the other buildings. You can see I used some more empty window pieces here, but these are actually pretty useful because to access the garage, the front part, which you can actually go into. But moving up here, we have this design, which is from the official set. I really like the door and these 4 windows, which originally were on the side of the garage here, but I didn't have enough space to keep it in here, so I grabbed them and moved them up here and just put a couple of regular windows in there. You can see where I've put the plant. Oops, sorry, knocked that over, but we can actually remove this landing pad. It isn't attached with just a few. Like you can see, here's some bottom detailing, just some transparent blue pieces. And this is also one of the junior pieces, one of the junior base plates I used here, and these bigger ones. Really like how this slope design turned out, but you can actually pop this roof off of the garage to give you a better view inside. Move back the door down again. You can take a quick look inside. We have the updated hot rod. See, I used the one from the Iron Man armor room expansion and just mostly rebuilt the front since it was really bad looking, and I added some more pieces at the bottom to kind of flesh it out a bit. And I really like the touch of the spare Iron Man micro frig as a hood ornament, so turned out pretty nicely. So putting that aside as well, we have some more detailing inside the garage. We have the running gag of Lego Marvel superheroes with the fire extinguisher. This is also from the Iron Man expansion, Iron Man armor room expansion. This was included in the set. This is literally the assembly that came in the set, so I just put that in here. I used one of the big black base kind of plates to cover up the inside of the garage. In the back we have a little tool holder and this kind of just see a gas tank of some kind, and up top you can kind of see I have some more piping going around. Also have some red pipes, some exterior detail right here, and this little balcony which turned out pretty nicely. Some more little windows here, also the blue because I ran out of these pieces. But I'm gonna put this back on and then we're gonna take a look at the back side of the building. So now I'm gonna show you how you're gonna get inside this thing. You can see the Avengers tower up here is easily removable. It's attached with a couple of studs right here to kind of keep it in place, but also have it easy to remove. You can see it's the official set right here, but up here we have actually the new Falcon, which I did build a pair of new wings for, which turned out really nicely. I really like how they look. Also changed out the hands because the gold ones kind of felt out of place, so really like how this guy turned out. But I'm gonna put him back up here and put this to the side here. So the way you're gonna get inside, it's a bit tricky. Well, it's not as smooth as I would wish, but kind of have to lift up this right here since this is attached, but this doesn't come off, but all of this comes off, and I'm gonna try to do this with one hand right now, if it hopefully works. Yep, and hold on, this likes to I have to, and everything falls apart. Great. But you can see I can pop off the roof, give you a little preview of the inside, but you can see the roof just comes off. Not really too nice looking down here. I tried to add some detail with like a lamp right here, but never really fully realized it. But this also came off, so I'm gonna attach that later. But looking at the inside, we have this kind of the tower also acts as kind of holding the roof and this back section together, but this can be easily removed completely. Well, there aren't any jumpers down here, but it does come off pretty smoothly. So in here we can see we have this little light, which we're gonna show it to you later, but this is from the garage. I have the interior of the garage, and I did add these two pillars as kind of a wall design. Don't really know what they're supposed to be, but it looks pretty nice. You can see the bottom of these right here. But putting the back wall aside, you can get a full view of the interior of this thing. We're gonna start at the bottom right here with the garage. So you can also pop off this pretty easily. It does like to fall apart into a couple of pieces. Put that aside as well. You can get another look in there with it being empty. Then here we have just the from the main hall into the garage with a little printed piece up top. I really kept the interior rather simple. I didn't want to go too much cramped, since I did want to have a lot of space for figures. I also kept this entrance area 2 stories, since I really like the idea of a grand entrance or like a really tall hall. Also, I really didn't know what to put here, and also I didn't put a second floor because I wanted to have this be easily removable, which this is a suit display which can be easily popped out. You can see it's just attached with a couple of studs, but in here we have kind of some suits of the main Avengers. See, it's open at the back with the white wall back, but you can easily open this up. You can have this folds open and you can go inside and enter, and here we have Captain Marvel, Iron Man and Captain America, their suits. I really like how I came up with the little logos up top for the arc react and the printed piece up top to kind of show which suits belong where. I just put some white heads in there, so this is a kind of pretty nice. I really like how it looks kind of close up. It really gives it a nice look. Gonna put this to the side as well, and there's not much outside of that in here. You can see we have Thor and War Machine and Rescue in here, but there's not really much more going on. We just have this little weapons rack, which is also on a couple of jumpers. So this 1x4 jumper piece, so can easily be removed, and the quiver likes to fall off. And yeah, you can see we have the Black Widow's batons, Hawkeye's quiver and bow, and just another extra pistol, Alien Conquest pistol in there, and just a little potted plant to kind of give it some something to see from the outside. But putting this back in here, and you can see really how these window pieces let in a lot of light to kind of let you see everything a bit better. There's no staircase to go to the top, which is something I do a lot of in my custom modulars, where I just don't include a staircase because it really sometimes uses a lot of space, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna ruin this interior or break it up to use a staircase, since most of these characters can actually fly, so it makes sense here. But you can see this is where you kind of would enter from the landing platform. You've got the little bridge over there, the little kind of hand scan to get in. See, not much going on here either. We have just another simple potted plant. I did use some stickered pieces to kind of give a bit of a wood kind of wall detail if the camera would like to focus. That's it. So, and we'll just put a little kind of banner up here, just some little wall decorations. Got this staircase leading up here. We got Ant-Man, Wasp and Scarlet Witch right here, a little bit of a railing. And here we have the main conference room. Got a little potted plant right here, so some more detail. Not a fire extinguisher. You can see go out on the balcony right here. There's one jumper to kind of attach a figure. Right here we have the main conference room with a long table of the Avengers symbol up there. And right now I've got mostly of the core Avengers sitting here, another printed panel which is from the official set. You can see we have Black Widow right here, Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, Hawkeye, Captain America in a more casual outfit, as well as Captain Marvel in a more casual outfit. And my camera really doesn't like to focus right now, but you can see we have Maria Hill standing at the front, and we have Nick Fury, which is the only one with a brick-built chair, since I did run out of black chairs and I wanted him to have kind of more of a bigger boss chair. So he's sitting at the front, he can rotate around, and we have this little screen which is also included in the official Avengers compound set, which shows the Infinity Gauntlet and an Infinity Stone. Kind of has a little computer next to him, and I just added a lot of cups and glasses for everyone to drink out of. But yeah, that's pretty much the interior. I'm just gonna quickly put on the back wall to kind of show the interior with the back wall on from the front. So turning this around, kind of see how this looks with the windows and the little lamp on the staircase right here. And if we can get a peek inside it right here, you can kind of see how that pillar design does look on the inside. We forgot to, there's supposed to be a wall back there. This one I forgot to put it in, but yeah, really like how it turned out. So I'm gonna put this back together and wrap it up. So I put together my Avengers compound, and I went ahead and grabbed my Sanctum Sanctorum and my half base plate modular custom Lego shop to put on each side, to kind of give you a bit of a perspective how this is gonna look between some other modulars. I'm gonna need to line up these a bit when I end up putting it in its final spot in my city, which is all still a work in progress right now. But yeah, I mean, the antennas kind of interfere with the other buildings, so we'll see how that works out with different buildings. But I've grabbed all the figures and kind of put them in the front right here as kind of a wrapping up shot, but also grabbed the hot rod out of the garage. So yeah, that's it for my custom Avengers compound. I gotta say, I'm personally really proud on how it turned out. Also got a lot of amazing support from people while building this. There is a kind of a story highlight on my Instagram where I posted all my stories throughout building this, from kind of the first concepts to really finishing this off. So if you want to kind of check the build process, you can head over to my Instagram. I'm gonna link it down below. I'm also gonna throw up a post with some pictures of this thing going up the same time as this video. So yeah, let's see if I can get the whole thing into frame. Oh, this is about as far as my workspace allows me to go back. But yeah, this is gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'm gonna see you hopefully a bit sooner than from the last video to this one. So yeah, that's it. Bye bye. Take care.